Bought a few things for it, so I'm going to quickly go over that. So the first thing, I got this panhard bar from UMI. It's non-adjustable, whatever, it was like 90 bucks. I still run the OEM panhard bar, so I was like, you know, maybe we just get a new one. I got this cross member that's got a drive shaft loop, and it's got the, you know, the different mounting for the torque arm. This is for a Turbo 400, of course. I also got a turbo heater thing. That's why it's loud in here. I also got a shroud transmission blanket, so that. And I also got the Motion Raceworks parachute pump for the car, so you know it goes together. But we'll be putting that on too. Motion Raceworks parachute cable holder thinger, so it's like, you know, I got that parachute handle, of course, parachute itself. So. Actually, it looks pretty good. Not too bad. Plug's got some shavings on it. Let's see if we can focus. This transmission's got, I don't know, maybe just over 2,000 miles on it. Maybe 20, 30 passes. Just for comparison. I spray painted that. That's why it looks so good. You know what I mean? Alright. Never mind then. Wow, look at all that fresh welt one bar. Okay, let's start working on pulling this thing off. I gotta get a new license plate housing lens because I just snapped this one smooth off. So hopefully that's easy to find. Pulling this rear bumper is actually pretty straightforward. It's, if you've ever pulled the front bumper, pretty much the same thing. It's a bunch of these things, little pop plastic holder thing, or rivets, look, there's these. I think there's 5 or 6 on the bottom. There's 2 7 mils in each corner that go to the quarter panel, the valance piece on the quarter panel. I don't know if you guys can hear me because you are in the wind. Anyway, and then there's 3 10mm nuts inside license plate cover, and then obviously take the lights off, and then bumper theoretically should come right out. Easy. Oh, you should see the amount of dirt that is piled up in this. I'm gonna have to try and wash that. Alright, and then you just kind of remove the crush bumper, and then that should get you where you need to be for the parachute mount. So we'll get to that. Hello. Oh, those are not gonna be fun. Oh, I'm gonna fight on these for a little bit. There's 4 nuts on each end. I'm gonna fight with these. I'll come back to them. Okay, well, if you didn't believe me that I was gonna fight with this thing, I had to cut this side of the, basically the bumper itself. You know, that's just the cover. This is like the actual bumper. Anyway, I had to cut this off, cut that off. All the other ones came out fine, except for these 2. They basically rusted on wet and they rounded out in there. So I had to like cut holes to get to it, weld the stud thing, whatever, on, and then I was able to put the impact on and get the screws out. So all that work for that. Wow. I'm gonna have to get the rattle can out. I'm not trying to do like the world's best paint job. I'm honestly just trying to get this stuff kind of grinded down and then spray that like rust stopping thing on it. I don't know, just to do something about it instead of letting it just go. So that's what I'm doing. I know no one's gonna be seeing this, but I'm gonna know it's there. Plus, it's dirty, and you know, I should probably not let it be dirty still. This is what I'm using to spray on the rust spots. It's not professional or stops perfectly, but good enough for this car, you know. Alright, well, I'm gonna let this do its thing. I want to throw a coat of paint on this anyway, and I don't have any, so I don't feel like going to the store right now because I don't know what time it is, and it's dark, and I'm hungry. So we'll do that tomorrow, come back, and put a coat of paint on this, and then start putting parachute mode on. Bumper's on, hole is drilled. Basically, what I did is, let me set this down. I put the bumper on, went underneath the bumper here with a Sharpie and traced out the parachute mount as best as I could. Took the bumper off, kind of cleaned up the circle line as best as I could, and then drew a bunch of lines through the circle to find center. Drilled a pilot hole, put it back on to make sure that it was, you know, lined up, seemed good. And then once I did that, then I just ran an 1.5 inch hole saw through it, and I'll clean this up a little bit, and then go from there. So that's pretty much how I did that. So when you get your new parachute, the back's not drilled, so you gotta drill the holes in order for that. It's got a metal or aluminum backing plate in the back of this. You have to remove the parachute and stuff. So what I'm gonna do, put this in, set this where I want it, mark it from the back side, drill the holes. Once these are drilled out, I'll put it back in this bag, and then make the holes for the bag. Put this back in, bolt that in, and then get this on. Okay, well, parachute's on. I got the cable routed and the handle mounted. It actually really wasn't all that bad. It was kind of actually a fun little project. It's not bad at all, and I mean, the worst part was just, you know, cutting that part out of the actual bumper. Otherwise, it went pretty smoothly. Packing the chute by myself for the first time. Bit of a struggle, but I got it. Cable, I routed through the corner of this license plate bumper area. And then I have it routed here, goes through in here under the carpet, and then it goes down the back across the tunnel under the center console, and then comes out of the factory emergency brake area, and then it lands right here. So I'm not super proud of my mount. I thought I've had a better idea, but it just wasn't going to work. So this is plan K, I guess. I don't know. It seems really solid. I mean, up here is a tad loose because it's just the handle, but down here is pretty solid. Still got to tighten a couple things. I kind of just have it loosely, you know, adjusted and stuff like that, but We got the parachute in there. So I'm putting a lot of trust in any passenger to not pull that, but if I got that pin in there, I should be okay. We got the parachute mounted. We got the parachute cable and the handle mounted, routed. We got the cross member done, pan hard bar, transmission blanket. So I think next is I'm gonna start working on getting the intercooler stuff done. There's a little odds and ends on the car. Front tires for sure in an alignment bad, as you can tell. Otherwise, I think we should be ready to go for the season. If weather continues to play nice for Minnesota, I think we'll try and hit a track in Wisconsin. Looks like they'll have a test and tune days, 2 days back to back in April. So if all goes well, we should have this thing ready to go, start making some more test hits and passes and get a little bit more familiar with the car. But I was able to find license plate housing light things. I got 2 of them, brand new, $50 for 2, not bad. Thanks for watching. If you stayed through this long, subscribe if you would like to, and we'll see you later.